Hello.
Welcome back. Well, just a perfect weather pattern is going to stay with us in the days ahead. We got a little bit of a cool front coming in tonight and going to be setting up for a nice and cool weekend. So let's get to it. Take a look at the upper level pattern across the area. Nice and dry. Not much of a change in this upper level pattern with deep low pressure up by the Great Lakes and high pressure on the west. That is ensuring that northwesterly dry flow across the area and regularity of cool fronts as we have another one that is pushing on through this evening and yet another one going into Sunday, Monday. But after that, we'll be watching the tropics and watching it heat up here locally as well. Now, as we get down to the tropics, we have two distinct areas that we're watching. One in the eastern Caribbean where we're seeing moisture getting a little bit better organized, and the same in the western Caribbean. And the National Hurricane Center still maintaining a 70% chance of development into early next week. And the key with this system, well, it's going to be running into land, so that may limit some development, but this system could develop before it reaches the Yucatan, or if it gets north of the Yucatan or west of the Yucatan. So something that we'll be watching closely. And the Hurricane Center is still giving a low-end chance of development of that system in the eastern Caribbean, but those numbers likely going up after I'll show you some of the computer models here in just a bit. In fact, we'll compare and contrast the Euro model versus the GFS model, which, mind you, none of these threatening our area. All this blue is dry, cool air. So here we have the tropical air in the red with a potential low-pressure system here. The Euro kind of weakens one and then intensifies the other one. And that moves into the Bay of Campeche and could meander in the Gulf of Mexico for several days. We're going 10 days out, and this eventually could scoot off to the north and east. Here's the GFS model showing a little bit more in the way of robust development with system number one. That also moving to the west toward the Bay of Campeche, and then we're not sure what it does after that. And then we have another one, but it looks like we might have parts of that break off. The bottom line is deep tropical moisture stays in the Gulf of Mexico, south of Louisiana, could impact Florida, could impact toward Texas as we go 10 days down the road, and we'll probably be watching these systems beyond 10 days, so something we'll just keep an eye on. So in the near term, cool and breezy. We see that front working its way out into the Gulf of Mexico, and a nice sunny and mild day. Temperatures in the mid-70s tomorrow, so that's some 10 degrees cooler than the 87 we saw today. Notice our graph model here picking up on that low pressure system. That could become Tropical Storm Gamma. We'll have to wait and see, and the name after that's going to be Delta. Hopefully we're not talking about Delta and Gamma, but a mild afternoon Saturday, mid-70s, and look at this Saturday night heading down into the lower 50s. That means upper 40s in some spots going into Sunday morning. Also for Friday night, Saturday morning. In fact, the temperatures tonight mostly low to mid 50s. Tomorrow night's going to be the cooler night. We'll go mid 50s to upper 50s. I-10 corridor 57, a good call for most of our area, near 60 along the coast. And then after that cool start, most of us see temperatures mid 70s tomorrow and a nice north breeze out there at 10 to 15, which will make it feel even cooler. Tomorrow night, that's when it's going to be freshest. Upper 40s to lower 50s, Ville Platte, Alexandria pushing down to maybe 47 or 48 degrees. And then going into Saturday afternoon, just a lovely day, mid 70s, low humidity. Just doesn't get better than this. So a lovely evening ahead. Full harvest moon out there as well tonight. Mars, look for Mars just to the left of the moon. The moon rises right at sunset time, right around 7 o'clock. You won't see it unless you have an unobscured view to the west at 7 o'clock. So wait till 8 or 9. You'll see it coming up. And that Mars close to the moon, even closer tomorrow night. We'll talk more about that tonight at 10 when time allows. And tomorrow, a beautiful day, breezy and cooler overall with nonstop sunshine, highs topping out in the mid-70s. Chamber of Commerce weather as we go into the weekend, going into next week, much the same. But as we go farther down the road, we are talking warmer temperatures, not feeling quite as good, and also watching the tropics. But for now, in the near term, Jim, doesn't get much better. Finishing out the month of September, and now here we are in early October.
I know you've dropped some pounds lately, Rob, but move a little more over to the left, block that end of the forecast right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Picture perfect. Thanks, Rob.